Have you ever said yes when every fiber of your being whispered no? Have you agreed to carry someone else's burden out of guilt, fear, or obligation, only to find yourself drowning in regret? In a world that praises kindness and compassion, the idea of saying no can feel like betrayal. But in the gentle folds of Buddhist wisdom lies a truth often forgotten. To refuse, when done with clarity and love, is sometimes the deepest kindness of all. This is the story of a monk who learned that lesson the hard way, and in doing so, saved not just himself, but many others. In the eastern valleys of ancient Tibet, nestled between snow-peaked mountains and whispering pine forests, there was a monastery known as Shōzankan, the Hall of Quiet Mountains. This monastery was unlike others, for it had no great statues, no gilded scriptures, no relics to boast of. What it had instead was a bell, a massive bronze bell that had not rung in over 200 years. It was said that the bell would only ring when truth echoed loud enough within a monk's heart. The monastery's abbot, Master Rinzin, was a figure of deep serenity. With a silver beard and eyes like quiet lakes, he rarely spoke. But when he did, his words could melt snow or move mountains. Living among the monks was a young novice named Tenzin, no more than 17. Orphaned in a border village, he was taken in by the monastery at age 9. Tenzin was eager, generous, and humble. He woke before dawn, swept the temple floors, fed the animals, tended to the sick, and smiled at every monk and visitor alike. But he had one weakness. He could never say no. If a monk needed help gathering herbs, Tenzin volunteered. If a traveler asked for shelter, he'd offer his own room. Even when his body ached with exhaustion or his studies were slipping, he still said yes to everyone, because he feared disappointing them. One day, during evening meditation, Master Rinzin opened his eyes and said aloud, "The bell of truth sleeps, and it will sleep until one of us dares to be truthful, not to others, but to themselves." The monks exchanged glances. Tenzin bowed his head. He did not yet know those words were meant for him. A week later, as winter's first breath chilled the wind, 3 travelers arrived at the gates of Shōzankan. They were not ordinary pilgrims. Each had a strange presence, wrapped in silence and dignity. The first was a tall, stern woman named Nari, dressed in warrior's robes, carrying an ancient scroll. The second was a soft-spoken man named Dawa, a healer from the western valleys, holding a withered plant in a clay pot. The third was a wide-eyed boy named Mika, no older than 10, clinging to a flute and an air of sadness. They sought different things. Nari requested to train with the monks for 40 days, as penance. Dawa asked to stay for 3 months to study the monastery's rare herbs. Mika said nothing, but refused to leave. Each turned to Tenzin for help, and Tenzin, as always, said yes. He gave Nari his sleeping mat, he helped Dawa gather herbs and translate texts, and he let Mika follow him everywhere, into the kitchen, the garden, even the meditation hall. Tenzin began skipping meals. His eyes darkened with fatigue. His studies fell behind. But when the other monks offered to help, he smiled and said, "It's fine, I can manage." He believed saying no would make him selfish, unkind, or even unworthy of the Dharma. Master Rinzin watched silently. One night, after an especially long day of assisting all 3 guests, Tenzin wandered alone to the old bell tower. He sat beneath the great bronze bell and wept, not loud sobs, but the silent tears of someone torn between compassion and collapse. Suddenly a wind stirred, not cold, not warm, just clear. Crisp, honest, it whispered, "Kindness is not slavery, compassion is not collapse." The next morning, something had changed in Tenzin. A flicker of resolve lit behind his tired eyes. He returned to the main hall, bowed to Master Rinzin, and said, "I wish to speak with our guests." Rinzin only smiled. First, Tenzin approached Nari in the courtyard. She was practicing sword forms alone. "Lady Nari," he said with a respectful bow, "I can no longer help you with your training. My studies, my health, and my path are suffering. I must say no." She studied him. Then, to his surprise, she smiled. "Good," she said. "I was testing you." Tenzin blinked. "Testing? I once trained in a Zen temple where I gave everything of myself. I lost my way in service. I came here hoping someone would show me a boundary, because I could never find my own." Then she bowed low to him. Next, he found Dawa in the greenhouse. "Brother Dawa, I cannot continue helping you gather herbs. It is affecting my duties. I must say no." Dawa gently set the pot down. "Then I have failed." Tenzin looked confused. "I came seeking not plants," Dawa explained, "but wisdom. I feared asking the abbot for help, so I asked you, knowing you wouldn't refuse. But I see now that a healer must first preserve his own energy, otherwise we poison ourselves trying to save others. Finally, Tenzin sat beside Mika beneath the Bodhi tree. The boy looked up with sad eyes. "Mika, I cannot let you follow me everywhere. I must have time for silence and for solitude." The boy nodded, tears forming. Tenzin hesitated. "May I ask why you came here?" The boy lifted the flute and played a simple melody, haunting, beautiful, and familiar. Suddenly, Tenzin's memory jolted. It was his mother's song. He stared. "Who taught you that?" Mika said softly. "Your mother. She was my aunt. Before she died, she said, 'Find my son. He'll help you. He always says yes.'" The truth hit like thunder. Tenzin had not just said yes out of compassion. He had been programmed, shaped by early loss and the need to please, to never be abandoned again. His kindness was real, but it was tangled in fear. And now he was ready to untangle it. He gently held Mika's hand. "I will help you," he said, "but not by losing myself. I will help you learn to stand, and then you'll help others." That night, as the moon carved silver paths across the mountains, a deep gong echoed through the valley. Monks bolted upright, birds took flight, snow trembled from the trees, the great bell had rung. In the tower, Master Rinzin and Tenzin stood together. "It rang because you told the truth," Rinzin said. "Not to them, to yourself." Tenzin looked up at the ancient bell and felt for the first time in years, truly light. Tenzin continued his training, but now he walked with more clarity. He still helped others, still smiled, still gave, but no longer from a place of fear. He learned the strength of a gentle refusal. He practiced the art of saying no, with compassion, with presence, and with peace. The monastery began teaching a new form of meditation, one they called the River of No, a practice where monks visualize themselves flowing gently through life, learning when to offer a hand and when to let go. Mika stayed and became a novice. Nari left, lighter in her soul. Dawa wrote a scroll titled "The First Medicine is Self-Honesty." And the bell, it rang once more, years later, when another monk found the courage to set down what was never theirs to carry. Saying no is not unkind. It is not a sin against compassion. It is the honoring of your own path, so that your footsteps may remain steady. Buddha once said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." The art of saying no is the practice of loving yourself enough to remain whole, so that when you do say yes, it comes from truth, not fear. Let your yes be wholehearted. Let your no be clear and kind. And may the bell of truth always ring within you. Do like, share, and subscribe. Also, comment your thoughts below.